Hi, welcome to the Winter Solstice Masterclass, Return to the Light. This is a class I've been giving for the last 25 years. We are really in the time, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, where we are very at this moment where there's a lot of darkness. I mean, long. Some people are in the southern hemisphere, they are in the summertime, and our hearts definitely go out to the people in Australia right now, as they are going through some massive fire hazards, and national emergency is going on there. So we need to really hold them in our hearts, and we're in our meditation today. We're definitely going to call in some beneficial rain for Australia. And so we are now in a time where for a lot of people, they feel it is a difficult time. Yeah. It looks like it's an amazing time because it's holidays, it's Christmas, and a lot of people are coming together, gathering, exchanging gifts, having dinners. But there are a lot of people right now that have a difficult time. And so, with that in mind, I would like to bring in a meditation today to share our light, share the light for yourself if you need it, right? Somebody who's on the call that needs some extra light, extra love from all of us. Also, there are, I'm sure, some people in your family, in your friends, in your community, in your country, and definitely in the world, there are some people that are definitely in need of some of our positive vibration and positive intention. Just before I came on the call, I was just listening to the news, and right now 75,000 new refugees arrived at the border from Syria to Turkey, and so they don't know what will happen in the next days for them in the next week. So there are people in the world that are not experiencing that light, and experiencing, difficult times. And so we are at the end of a decade, the decade from 2010 to 2020. And, for some people, this has been a really rough 10 years. We're coming into 2020 where a whole other energy is definitely moving forward. Yeah. So, and we're hoping to bring that warmth back into the energy. Last 10 years was very focused on male energy, and the male energy can be really great, but there's a really big focus on dividing energy and vibrations that are just not very coming together. There's not a lot of oneness that has been experienced, a lot of crisis in many countries, also climate crisis. So the last 10 years, if you look back at it, there were just, I would say, more and more a difficult time, or more a darker time. And at the same time, there was a lot of awakening happening, a lot of spiritual awakening, a lot of beautiful energy that was opening up, perhaps for each one of you. Perhaps you look back and you're thinking, well, 10 years ago, I was not even on a spiritual journey. And perhaps I was not focused on feng shui or energy or the law of attraction. And now you already are connecting in with this information, with this wisdom. So perhaps it is also possible that you are have gone through really rough times in the last 10 years, that it and so we need to let it go, right? We need to really let it go. So one of the things that I see is that in the next 10 years, we have a lot of collaboration, a lot of female energy that is going to come stronger forward. As there has been a lot of division and a lot of crisis, this is the next 10 years we are coming together. So this is the last winter solstice of this 10 years. And so there's a very strong shift that is happening now to go from a negative male energy to a positive female energy. So the earth is definitely saying to us, we need your help, right? We need each other's help. We need each other's love. We need each other's light. And let us all bring this together in this time of year and see what you can do to focus on everything that you can help and contribute to humanity, to your community, to your family, to yourself. The last 10 years, we've seen that, technology has advanced so much, right? I mean, 10 years ago, I could not even special lights on my screen. It did not exist. Yeah, I cannot do Instagram, right? It did not exist. I could not do Facebook or Instagram Live. It did not exist 10 years ago. I mean, there's so much wonderful things that have happened, but the last 10 years was also a lot of focus towards people like thinking about the whole selfie movement, right? So it's like everybody was focusing on themselves and how they looked and what was going on in their life. And in the last 3 years, there was this opening up, and people said, like, I have some pain, I have some abuse that I went through, I have some crisis happening in myself that I want to share. So a lot of people start sharing their pain and their information. Like, think about the whole Me Too movement in 2017 that started. So people were focused on themselves, and in a way that's a good thing, because then people start speaking about their pain and they don't hide it so much anymore. And I do believe that as a lot of darkness came out, a lot of division happened, a lot of separation happened. At the same time, a lot of people woke up to themselves, asking the questions, what is going on with me? What's going on with the world? What is going on with, all these things? It's really, really important that we are tuning into that. Yeah. We see that we need to more and more tune into that coming together, right? And looking, where can we help? Yeah. So after 10 years of being quite focused on the self-centeredness, we need to really in the next 10 years focus on how can we work together to save our planet, to help our communities, to help ourselves, to help our families, so that inward, quite egocentric energy that was there and that was necessary. I mean, there's always an inward and an outwards. We are now need to focus on the outward. We need to focus on what is possible. And that can only with the feminine, the positive feminine energy of love and tenderness and teamwork and listening and sharing with each other. So we do have a lot of work to do in the next 10 years. And may this winter solstice be a nice shift for you, a nice shift for the world. I do believe that in the next 10 years, the female power will rise even stronger. And it doesn't mean only in women, it also means in men, right? So that, how to work together and how to focus from a positive vibration. If I look back at the last 10 years, especially the last few years, it has been a lot about criticism, a negative point of view, people that are quickly upset, people that are impatient. Even me, I sometimes have to think about, oh my God, I'm getting more impatient. What is definitely a strong point for me is always my patience, but I feel like the collective field is so impatient right now that it's easier to fall into that, right? So that's why it is so important to keep meditating every day, to keep being focused in a positive way, to be grateful for our daily life, for being grateful for the friends and the connections we do have, because that is a counterweight to the negative cynicism that is out there in the world. Yeah, people that are thinking not in a way of helping and improving themselves or helping improving the world. If somebody comes forward, it's so easy right now to say something in a negative way. So even on social media, right? I would love for you, if you use social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, whatever, Twitter, whatever you're using, is to this coming time to change your attitude to it. And if you do not have anything positive to say, don't say anything. If you have nothing positive to write, don't write anything. Yeah. Because you're adding, and I've seen this really, it's been spiraling in an exponential way. The negativity has been spiraled stronger and stronger because we all became part of that. Yeah, we all became part of that negative spin on media, to accept their conspiracy and there's fake and there's, especially when leaders in the world are playing that game, right? We as, humanity are thinking, well, if leaders play that game, we can play that game too. It's okay for us, but it's not. It's not to play that game that leaders sometimes are playing, of dividing, of putting one against the other. It's not the right, it's not a game even, right? It is something that we need to address in ourselves. I mean, whatever we see and we don't like, we need to address in ourselves and seeing, is this something I'm doing? Is it something that I'm playing? Can I improve myself? Because I do believe we have created such a negative spin right now. And I understand that some people are upset about certain political decisions and the egos and from certain leaders, but that doesn't help. It doesn't help to um, go after them and yeah. It doesn't help. It doesn't help their soul. It doesn't help their hearts. It doesn't help the situation. Yeah. So we need to address that in ourselves, to say, like, if I want the darkness to stop, then we need to stop adding to the darkness. We need to stop adding to the negativity, right? In ourselves, in our communities, in the world, on social media, right? I mean, 10 years ago, we would not even have talked about this concept. Literally, it did not exist. I mean, we had Facebook, but people were not using it in such a way. So, everybody has a responsibility to return to the light. Yeah. We can say, well, the leaders have a responsibility to return to the light, and they do. But if the collective part of, you and I, and all of us here, we're part of returning to the light. Returning to the light in yourself. Be nicer to yourself. Don't judge yourself so much. Forgive yourself for any mistakes you have made. Love yourself more. Yeah, be nice about yourself. Don't talk negative about yourself so much. I mean, literally this week, several times I was talking to people and I was just listening how much they put themselves down, even if they're the greatest human beings. They were putting themselves down, like, oh, I'm stupid, or I can't do this. I'm like, stop. You need to return to the light. You need to return to the potential of goodness and light that you have in yourself. So you need to change that yourself. And then we are going to create a new foundation in the collective field, a new foundation for your family, new foundation for your community, your country, and even a new foundation where other leaders are able to come in. Because a lot of people are sometimes upset about the leaders in their country and what their decisions are. But I'm telling you, we're all creating the base where the leaders can come in. Yeah, because we are attracting them. This is part of the attraction field, the vibrational field that we are all creating. Yeah. So in that sense, when we have now the winter solstice and we are able to return to the light, because that's every year the same thing, we have that ability. There is an initiation level on the level of the planet between the 21st of December and like I would say the 6th of February. That's kind of the time where the darkness turns into light. Yeah, literally physically, as we have more and more light in the northern hemisphere. But also because of all the traditions, you know, if it's winter solstice, it's Hanukkah, or if it's the Christmas time, or is it, you know, Orthodox Christmas time, whatever celebrations and rituals that are happening in the world, it helps us shift to think again about, to step out of ourselves and to step into what can I do for somebody else? Yeah. What can I do to make somebody else feel better? And I don't know what you do for Christmas, but I do hope you do something with your family, but at least you do some contribution for somebody else who is in need, somebody else that is alone, somebody else that has a rougher time, by giving your time to these people, to giving your home to these people, to giving some money, some if it's a turkey run, or you know, gifts, whatever you can contribute. You know, sometimes it's just time, right? It's just a little talk to someone. You call some people. I always do that with Christmas. I always try to take some time people that are in need, that I don't always have time during the year, to at least give them a call or visit them if I can, or to make a little video for them and say, hi, I'm thinking about you right now. So whatever you can, I don't know what it is, but contribute. Yeah, because one of the things is you will go faster in returning to the inner light if you help others to return to the light. I mean, this is one of the secrets. Yeah. A lot of people are asking me sometimes, why is the law of attraction not working enough for me? It's because you are not giving back enough. Yeah. The universe wants to see gratitude, but the universe wants also to see contribution in action. Yeah. The universe wants to see God, whatever you call it, wants to see what do you put of goodness out in the world. Yeah. And you can put goodness in the world by thinking positive about others, by feeling positive, by taking action, literally, um, and seeing what you can positively contribute. Yeah. So it's not just you returning to the light, but somebody else to help them to return to the light. Yeah. That is when the law of attraction works better. I mean, I've seen so many times people, you know, complaining about the world, complaining about the things that are going on in their life. And I do understand a lot of things are really tough and hard. And I know I've been through so many things myself. But I always know that when I focused on bringing light to the world, then light came back to me. Yeah. If I contributed in a positive way to others, and even if that's a smile, even if that's saying hello to somebody, even if that is a physical action you're taking on, even if it's contributing some money, even if you almost have nothing, right? Even giving something, you're contributing to the goodness and to the light in the world. And that pays back. It really does. The universe will come back faster with goodness to you. Yeah. Because if you want to see results happening in your life, then, you know, making a vision board is great, right? Focusing on your goals is wonderful. Doing feng shui is amazing. But there is another aspect, and I call it the spiritual part of the law of attraction. And that's about bringing the light, being the light. Yeah. Um, this being said, I want to thank so many of you that sent me messages me, thank you. 25th Silver Jubilee as a spiritual teacher yesterday. It really touched me, brought tears to my eyes, and I was just smiling because some of you, brought some memories back up, and it was lovely. But I have made that decision when I was 15 to bring the light every day to humanity. I mean, I was very clear at 15 when I had my near-death experience and I came back from the other side with the message that I was here to enlighten more than 500 million people. And I had no idea how that was going to happen. I had no idea I would ever go into The Secret. I didn't know I was going to work with amazing business partners as Learning Strategies and Mind Valley, and being in many documentaries and being on Zoom right into your computer or on your phone right now. I had no idea. But I kept a vision. I held a vision that I was here to enlighten. And so I do believe that each one of you are here to bring the light. Some of you have the focus towards your family, to your business, to your clients, to your students, to people in your community, in your church, wherever it is. I do believe we're all here to make a difference. I think that's the ultimate focus and purpose of every soul on this planet. We sometimes forget about this, right? I was very happy I was reminded about this when I was 15 already. But I remind myself every day on this. Like, I'm here to enlighten so many people. And I always ask, show me how. I mean, a few days or a week ago, I was thinking, I'm going to do a free masterclass just to share and to meditate together. Right? This is just some time together, right? So sometimes it is talking to someone in a shop that I feel like, oh, they're quite lonely. I look at the aura field, and aura field looks very gray and sad, and I'm thinking, oh, they need some extra love, and I start talking to them, right? I literally start talking to them. I'm talking always to everyone on the street. When I see that somebody's energy, I just go up to them. I can't help myself. Like, there she goes again. Or like, their mom is gone already, right? And just to say hi and have a friendly smile and a smile in your eyes. Okay, can I help you with something? Open the door. Anything you can do. It's bringing goodness. Anything you can do is bringing goodness. But another thing that brings goodness is not to judge. You don't know other people's life. And one of the things I've learned, and it's a very old quote, you cannot walk in the shoes of somebody else. And it's something I'm reminding myself often of. When I have listened in these last 25 years to thousands and thousands and thousands of stories and people's problems and pain, and I'm always holding it with so much compassion when I listen. Compassion in my heart, because I don't know what their life. Because I was sharing, it's really important to hold everybody in a compassionate heart, because you do not know what they have gone through. And I have seen people from all kinds of cultures and races and walks of life, and people that were great beings and great leaders, and people that were criminals, and I've always tried to look at them from that perspective of almost like a divine mother, right? Like looking at them and thinking, they went through it. I don't know what it exactly is, but let me look at them as I'm looking to their inner child. every one of us has been an innocent child one day. And that inner child that was innocent and joyful, they went through a period of time and they made decisions that perhaps went the wrong way for them. But I know that if somebody holds the light for them, then perhaps even in this lifetime or in the next lifetime, they will find a way back to the light. I do believe that. And I've seen this so many times. I've seen this in my own family. I've seen that when my father, who was definitely not the easiest man and was a very abusive man, he also abused me personally several times, very intensely, and almost killed me a few times. And I was able, the night before, he was able to forgive him completely, absolutely. And because at that moment, when I saw him dying and laying there in his total innocence, the inner child came back up. And I saw that inner child that had made all wrong decisions in his life and went through an amazing pain of 6 months of horrifying pain from cancer. And it was a result perhaps from wrong food and wrong environment and some emotional decisions that he had made that brought him to that place. But I was not the one to judge him. Yeah. The only thing I could do is hold him compassionate in my arms. And that's what I did. And to forgive him. The one that was my greatest enemy. The one I hated at that time. Yeah. Completely hated. I remember 6 months before he died, I told him, I want you to die. I hate you that much. I want you to die. And then he said to me, well, that's exactly what's happening. I have 6 months to live. And then I got like, wow, I have 6 months to come to compassion. I better start today. And from that moment on, I took care of him till he barely could move. My mother, we did that together. And to hold him. And at the end, when I forgave him completely, utterly, absolutely, the innocence came back on his face. A smile came on his mouth. I could see that he was definitely taken by this compassion. So I'm telling you this because at the time, and I was 25 at the time, I returned to the light. That was my winter solstice moment in my life. I was at the darkest of myself. I hated somebody so much, I wanted them to die. Well, I returned to the light. And that was literally the 16th of December in 1988. It's 31 years ago. That was the night that I really got, I needed to change this completely. And I'm so happy I did, because I would not be able to have been 25 years teaching light and love and encouraging everyone on my path that you need to make that decision for yourself. I mean, every winter solstice, it's a little reminder, like, you need to forgive. You know what you need to forgive in yourself, what you need to forgive. I don't know what you need to forgive to your parents, to your children, to your family, to perhaps colleagues, a boss, perhaps your country, your leaders, your community, coaches. I don't know what you need to forgive, but only you are the source of return to the light. Only you have that ability. Nobody else can come to you and say, hey, you're ready to return to the light. It doesn't work. I can tell to you, I don't know how many times, it doesn't work if you don't say yes to it. So let us make that decision to to return to the light. So may I invite you to a meditation. So please close your eyes. Make sure if you have a candle ready, that you hold the candle ready in your hands. The candle is not lit, it's out, right? You're going to lit the candle afterwards. I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. And as you breathe in and out, bring in the light of the universe. Imagine they're in a beautiful place in nature. And allow the light of the sun to fill your whole body, from your head till your feet, and from your skin till deep into your cells. And allow this light to go deep into your cells. And all that is less than light, let it go. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And relax your whole body. And imagine that that light is now also in your aura field, all around you. It's like you have a tube of white light all around you and under your feet. Visualize and around this tube of white light, royal blue energy comes all around you and under your feet. And visualize that royal blue energy is protecting you and gives you power. And all that is positive can come through that royal blue energy into your body and aura field. And all that is negative needs to remain outside. It's a filter where only good vibrations can come in. And then visualize rose light to come all around you and around your blue light, connecting in with the love and support of the universe. Call in now everyone that supports and loves you, every human being, but also every spiritual being that you connect with personally. Visualize and violet light coming from under your feet, going through your whole body till above your head. The violet light is all the release of any judgment that you might have towards yourself. Release now. Take a deep breath in and forgive yourself. And now visualize you're connecting with a magical hat. The magical hat is an arm length high, and the top of the magical hat is bright white light. And from that point, you're sending out a ray of white light to everyone present here. This is the light of your soul. Let us bring our lights together. Imagine you're in a beautiful space and we're all meeting each other. And we're all so happy to see each other. We're welcoming each other. We're embracing each other. Wherever we're from, and we're all from all different continents. All the 5 continents are represented here today. Let us connect and embrace each other with our light and love. And as you're connecting with everyone, tell them, I'm happy to see your light. I am light. We're in this beautiful space where we're all together sitting in a wonderful circle with all our magical hats on. We're sending now that light and connecting it with the center of the universe, bringing in the light for you on the winter solstice. We're asking the universe to be returned to the light. We ask to be the ones that will guide others to return to the light. Perhaps there is somebody close to you that needs some of your light and the light of all of us. Somebody that needs to return to the light in their hearts, in their minds, in their physical bodies. Bring them now in your inner mind and place them in this circle of light. Just imagine this circle is big enough, so let us all hold them with our light. Anyone that is in your life that needs some of that light that we all are, let us help them to return to the light by being the light. Perhaps now there are some issues, some problems, some challenges you might have that the light, where you have no clarity, where you feel blocked, where you feel limited, where you don't see the next steps in your life, where you feel it needs to turn around. Well, there's space enough in this circle of light that we're holding together. Place all these challenges that you have in there, so we're together helping it to return to the light, to bring the light back into the situation. And we're seeing this light coming from the center of the universe, beaming into all these challenges, all these problems. And we're asking that the light will return in the darkness of that situation, in the darkness of that experience. And now our light is so strong and we're beaming it and we're being it so strongly that we can call in now larger collective issues like the fires in Australia, like of Syria and Turkey, and so many other issues on climate change, political, social, human, environmental, financial, collective issues. We can hold the light for it and think about circle. Our circle is exponentially strong. When we are with 100, it multiplies by 1,000,000. So strong as 100 million beamings of light, beaming the light. Never think the light is not strong enough. The light is exponentially strong when we are together. This is collective challenges that we are seeing in the world now. We're placing it in the center and we're holding the light, we're being the light. We're asking the guidance of the universe to return that calm, to return it to the light. And our light is now the strongest it can be, with a multiplying effect of millions and millions of energy. And then take then your candle and hold it in your hand and put your other hand and allow now that light from the circle, the light coming in through your magical hand, to come into your hand and activate the candle. I am light, I am light, I am light. Take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out. You can put the candle on the side and allow now this light to really anchor and send it to places in your body where you need some extra good energy. Bring it to your emotional body if you need some more emotional support and love. Bring it to your mental body when you need some more clarity and focus. Bring the light of the circle that we are into your house if you need some extra support in your environment. Bring that light also in your heart, so that your heart is filled for the next days and weeks. So it's filled with love and light for yourself. So you don't judge yourself. You have compassion for yourself. And that you can return to the light, to your full potential of light. So that your life will become stronger. You'll be able to walk your destiny, fulfill your purpose in life, and to share the light that you have by being it and beaming it to people around you. I wish all of you a wonderful winter solstice, wonderful holidays, how you celebrate it in your own life, religion, through your own culture. Wish you all a wonderful end of the year, and I'll see you in 2020. Thank you.